start eating up the clock. Here we are. We're live,
Yeah.
Scott.
So,
I was just jabbering away about Glenn
no.
Campbell and
Yeah,
Wichita Lineman.
yeah, a good song.
Yeah, which was sent by Jimmy Webb over to Glenn Campbell as an unfinished song. I saw this essay on YouTube, and next time Jimmy Webb talked to Glenn Campbell about it, he said, "Well, yeah, we cut that."
They had made it.
They'd made a monster hit out of it, or was going to be a monster hit.
Yeah, they didn't know. Well, I bet they. I feel like
You know, yeah,
you would know.
you
Know.
kind of you get the feeling like this is the A side, this is the B side, all that stuff.
But I think
So
there are artists, musicians that think something's going to be big and then they don't, but not very often. I think they
yeah,
kind of.
or you're like the Turtles, and you purposely you get so tired of the studio messing with you that and they're asking for your next number, and you send them something where you're making fun of them, and then all of a sudden you're
Yeah, that's your hit.
you're singing Eleanor for
Yeah.
all your tours when they were really just making fun of the whole idea of the songs that the studio wanted.
Oh yeah.
And then they're stuck with it.
So you had said something about simplicity, kind of get out of
Yes.
your own way. And
Mm-hmm.
it's funny. Like last week, you made the comment about my anatomy's gotten better, or my figure drawing's gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing that I've kind of embraced, this idea of um, trying to, I don't know, draw it not necessarily simpler, but just not worry about the form. Don't worry about like the muscle. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's hard to explain, but I've been studying, as I am wont to do, a lot of Bronze Age comics,
Mm-hmm.
and I've learned, Ramita, Bushima, these guys don't really do a lot of anatomy. They do
Mm-hmm.
some, not that they're terrible, but it's more like they get a form that looks good and it looks right, but they're not like going in and, I mean, so I've been looking at like some of my old work, and I would try and over render the figure,
Yes.
even for what I was trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't understand that. And I'm not sure I still understand it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you have to drop just the lines that describe something. Is what you want to do. But I don't do that. I get sketchy and have a lot of draw through left. I always feel like if some of my draw through thinking isn't there, I leave behind a lot of energy. But people talk about that as well. It's like, no, you can be clean and still have all the energy, and
Yeah, look at Steve Rude
yeah, exactly.
or Kirby.
Hmm. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but
He gets cleaned up based on which inker's handling him.
well, that's true.
Sometimes Kirby will get a inker that embraces some of his draw through, but that's you know it, and I couldn't give you names or anything like that. I'm just not
By the way, that I saw that
thing from.
PDF, the
Hmm.
thing. I don't want to say who it's from or where you got it, but about Kirby,
Uh-huh.
I thought it was really good. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I know
Well, he
a lot of
picked.
it's Kirby drawings that
Uh-huh.
somebody else has kind of reappropriated for their examples,
Hmm.
but I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I haven't, I read it like when I got to work
It's
quickly, break time.
yeah, it's a quick read because all he's doing is dropping 2 or 3 sentences at the bottom of a Kirby page.
Right, but I think it's a valuable, or yeah, I think there's a lot of value in studying that,
Hmm.
or reading somebody else that studied that, you know.
Hmm.
So that was good. I'm glad you sent me that.
Yeah. It's
I enjoyed it, and
it's It's a PDF. I support the guy, and I know Scott's not gonna like
Oh,
try to sell it or anything like that. And
yeah. No, no, no.
just share it around.
I've bought some
One
stuff from
friend.
him.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it was had examples of Kirby, and then I sent to you a story or part of a story, only about 4 pages of a story that I wrote. I had this idea. It was probably maybe 10 years ago. I had this idea that I wanted to do a story similar to Confederacy of Dunces,
Mm-hmm.
which I've said is my favorite fiction story. Um, and but it's about so Confederacy of Dunces. The guy, lives with his mom, lives in New Orleans. He's kind of a slob, lazy. Uh, he studies medieval. He's a medievalist. He's
Uh-huh.
obsessed. He's obsessed with this medieval viewpoint of life and the world. And anyway, and so my idea, like 10 years ago or whenever, 15 years, whenever I wrote this, was I wanted to do a similar story about a guy that was an artist, but he was obsessed with being a comic book artist.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of rolled into it all the pretentious artists that I knew, kind of, just
Mm-hmm.
all the little stereotypes. Um, but I kind of, I lost interest in it because I felt like I was stealing too much of, it's obvious that I was like, doing a riff on the Confederacy of Dunces. Even in hindsight, it's probably not that obvious, but
I'll tell you what I think because you have sent it to me. I think it's where did you find it? I mean, what were you looking for when you found it?
I found it on my work computer of all
Uh,
places.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I've had the same computer at work for like 30 years. I mean, it's not the exact same one, but every time I get a new one, they copy my hard drive. I have files on my computer that go back to like the late 90s.
So it's you guys' own version of the cloud, basically. They're
Well,
being backed
no,
up.
no, no. It's just my hard drive, but there's a file that, and when you work someplace for 37 years,
Yes.
there's a little bit of downtime in there. And I've
Oh
always
yeah.
tried to stay busy, with and and I don't
Idle
even know.
hands. Idle
Well,
hands.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't recall writing this at work. So I don't know if
Hmm.
I emailed it to my I may have emailed it with the idea of like printing it at work.
Uh-huh.
Or I may have just emailed it. I don't know. But anyway, I found it and I couldn't remember the name of it even. I mean, I remember doing it, but I didn't know where the file was at. And anyway, but I mean, I've got art because like, so we used to have a printer that would staple, fold, staple, and collate. And
Hmm.
so when I went to, and I would ask if I could do this. When I went to comic conventions at the time we had that, I would print out a booklet of my samples,
Uh-huh.
and it would do it. It would fold it, collate. It was
Wow.
great, and they didn't care. They were like, you're not printing color. It's like 0.03 cents a copy, and it's like, how many copies you gonna print? I don't know, like 10. Yeah, I mean, I didn't. It wasn't like I was papering the
Yeah.
board with them or anything. But it made these. It would print both sides. It would do all that stuff, and the anyway. So I have art that and at one point I didn't have a scanner at the house, so I'd scan my pages at break time,
Hmm.
and I've got all that stuff. And anyway, I found it in there at one point today, and so I emailed it to myself. Um.
Those
So
kind of
anyway,
discoveries are cool because it's like you're too close to it at one point, and then you look at it and it's like, wow, who wrote this? This is pretty good. You'll have
yeah.
a fresh eye on it.
Yeah, well, it's like flipping through an old sketchbook or something.
Hmm.
Even though I flipped through some old sketchbooks last night because I was going to do a video about. So I'm drawing. This is a Strathmore sketchbook I got covered. This is my last black hardcover Strathmore sketchbook I own, and they don't make them anymore. And so I was going to kind of do kind of an ode. So I pulled out my old ones. I think I had like 7 or 8 of them. But gosh, flipping through them, I was like, oh my gosh, some of this art's horrible. And at one point, I thought I threw away all my bad sketchbooks. The problem is I keep getting better, so they look worse.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a good problem, but it's still a problem.
Well, I saw a guy the other, I'm always learning, and oh gosh, I want to spend $300 so bad on this Epson printer. We're talking printing. This guy prints his drawings and paints them directly. He basically cuts up a big, nice piece of oil. I guess it's d'Arches oil paper, that takes oil, and cuts it to size, and then just starts painting on the Xerox. Man, I would love to go directly from a bunch of my roughs and just start painting them instead of having to figure out transfers and all that kind of stuff. Just
so why do you need the printer? What's the printer? Is it
the printer,
size?
you can sheet feed this d'Arches oil paper, and then
How big? How big
your
is it?
well, it will take I guess 11 by 17. Will take
Okay.
comic book size, and it's an Epson, pretty groovy.
I wonder if mine would do that.
I don't know.
I was gonna say if mine would do that, I'd do it for you.
I'll send you a bunch of files, and well, that's the deal, though. See,
I don't have the paper.
you're taking a risk of saying, okay, I'm going to be sheet feeding some very thick paper, and who knows, maybe there's a life on that.
Is it thicker than Bristol board?
It's about equivalent,
Because
I would think.
I can feed my printer will print on Bristol board.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll experiment. I'll farm you out on. I'll
Give me a
buy
file.
some of that d'Arches, and I'll email you a file, and
Well, we can work that out.
We'll get together on that.
Before you buy one, let me see if mine does it. If mine does it, I'll just do. I mean, you're not going to do hundreds of them.
No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why spend $100 or $300?
Yeah. See if it works.
If mine will do it, then I'll print them for you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna if you're successful enough at it that you need hundreds of them, we'll work out a deal. Maybe
I'll give you a painting. How about that? They'll be pretty groovy looking paintings. I have a feeling, because yeah.
I don't mind doing that for you. I buy ink off the internet, and I mean that ink when you're buying like Amazon ink, it's like cyan, magenta, yellow, black.
Mm-hmm.
I get a 3-pack of that, so I get 12 cartridges, and it's like $6, man. I mean, it's it's ridiculously cheap.
Who makes your printer? What are you using?
It's a brother.
Okay, brother. This is an Epson Workforce.
I think I can sheet feed mine in the back too, so it doesn't have to make that curve.
Okay, that's good.
That would be good, but I print on. I mean, I print all my comics I've printed. I mean, the pages. I don't buy pre-printed comic pages. I run Bristol board through there.
Mm-hmm.
Which lately I bought index card stock off of Amazon 11 by 17. I use that because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's you'll make your inker kind of mad with that, though. It's a little.
He doesn't ink. He prints it out in inks. I don't send him the pages, so it's no big deal. He doesn't care.
Okay, cool. Well, no, it's fine for pencils. Yeah, inks, index cards are just a little not quite right for most inkers.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of tool he's using. I wouldn't want to use anything too wet, for sure. you know.
It's interesting. Scott's already listened to it, but I'm listening to Crumb, the fairly new book about Crumb. Have you already
Is it new? I was trying to
I think
figure
it's
out.
fairly new. He's 81. They mentioned that.
Maybe it is
Do
new.
they? I'm not sure if they do or not. I think so. And
I
that would
was,
be about right.
yeah, there was something in there that I remember thinking was kind of topical.
Hmm.
I don't know what. Yeah, it made me want to watch that movie again. I don't know if
Yeah. Oh, you haven't. I was about to ask you, have you gotten around to
I can't
satisfying
remember. You
that?
know what's sad? I can't remember if I did or not.
Nah.
I watch movies and I'm like, what did I watch last night? I can't remember.
You know
I
what?
let
Who's obsessed with Crumb is Jordan Peterson is obsessed with him.
Really.
Yes, because look up Jordan Peterson and Robert Crumb, and you'll get all kinds of hits on YouTube of him lecturing. He's delighted by he loves the documentary. He's delighted by it because it reinforces a lot of his views about, what psychologically what we're up to and what we need as people. He loves that all of Crumb's problems. He lets him dig in on like this is what happens. When you are the least of men. Basically, he's real derogatory to what Crumb is, but then he talks about his success as what that forced him into as a guy that was not competing, was not in the competition for women, and wanted women.
Oh,
You know.
yeah. Well, the book goes into that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
the the book
So
is
that's just something that's kind of fun to look up about
Crumb.
about Crumb.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what I've been doing lately is I've been reading shadow pulps.
Oh, really? All right.
I'd kind of gotten out of I I got stuck. The writing style I was having trouble with, because it's pulp,
Mhm.
and I honestly I think I was having trouble concentrating on it or something,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got stuck at about volume 5. I was about halfway through the first story in volume 5, and the other day I just was like, I don't know what it was. I was like, and I started over, and I just blazed through. I mean, it took me about 2 or 3 days to read that, which it's not a huge thing. It's probably 180 pages, maybe whole book, but I was amazed. I felt like I really read it and remembered it, and I was able to focus on it more than I had been able to when I had read some of those in the past. I don't know what it was about my concentration, but I was pleasantly surprised at myself.
I read something using the Pomodoro method. I knew I wouldn't get around to reading it unless I said, okay, I'm going to read at least 30 minutes of this a day. And that's what I would do. I'd set a timer and I'd say, okay, you're going to read. And sometimes I would obviously go over when I was in something good or I was about to get to a chapter break or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I read The Stranger like that, which is quite a good read.
Is that like the classic by Cadmus or whoever it is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
That's funny. I found that on a bookshelf of mine the other day. I was like, what did I buy this for?
Read it. It's pretty short, but it's kind of fascinating because it's about a guy that's well, he's got a little something that all of us have. It's like we got to put up a front that is required of us that we don't always necessarily want to be putting up, and but the extent that you put it up is fairly often dictated by what you ought to be feeling. In other words, he ought to be feeling grief for his mother's passing, but he actually just wants to, you know, get it all behind him, you know. So he wants to go through, and oh my gosh, did I ever identify with that? Because as much as my mom's death affected me, the fact that my mom was also beloved by 1,000 people I didn't know. So I had a lot of interaction I had to do that
Your favorite thing.
it was my favorite thing. And so I really identified with the fact that you don't want people to think you're a monster. And that's what ultimately bites this poor guy. He is thought of by a monster because of the time period he spent with his mom's funeral, where everybody noticed it, but everybody let it pass. And then later on, when his life depends on it, when he is accused of cold-bloodedly murdering an immigrant, which he probably should have been able to get out of, the jury that comes up and judges him remembers his behaviors during his mother's death.
Oh no!
And they say, "Well, yeah, this guy probably is a cold-blooded killer. We
Oh
remember,
gosh!
how he was when he was, you know, burying his mother."
Yeah, look at him. What a horrible
Yeah,
monster.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you know, what we've been presented, it sounds like someone just decided he would shoot. And plus, he put a few too many pills in the guy.
Oh no!
He emptied the gun.
You can't. Well, you
Yeah,
can empty the gun. You don't want to reload. That's what
yeah,
I've
yeah,
learned.
yeah. You don't reload. Yeah.
There was for anybody that doesn't live in Oklahoma City, there was a pharmacist here that kept getting robbed, kept getting robbed, kept getting robbed. His pharmacy, he owned the pharmacy, and they so he bought a gun, and somebody came in. I think they had a gun, a couple kids, and he shot one of them, and the guy went down, but he was still moving, and he was the one with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
He went down, and so he shot him. I don't know how many times. I don't know what kind of gun he had. And he went to the back and reloaded and come back out and shot him a couple more times for good measure. And that dude's in prison
Mm-hmm.
for murder. You know, you can't do that. You don't. I mean, once someone is, as we say, stopped,
Mm-hmm.
you can't keep.
That's interesting. I just saw something today that fascinated me of some, you know, shop owners that had a door that they could lock behind these guys that came in to basically clear the place out. And it was a gang of 5 that came in. These guys shut, and they had to fight them hand on hand for a brief second before they got their way to the back of the store and got their own weapons.
Oh
And then
yeah.
all of a sudden they locked them in with them. And of course, this being their home, they've actually got quite a bit of supplies in the back room
Yeah.
where they're you know, it's like that old Rorschach line. Says,
Yeah. It's like you're
you,
not in here. I'm not in here with you. You're in here with
you're,
me.
you're in here with me. You're locked in with
Yeah.
me. Yep. And that's what happened to those guys. And they killed 2 of them. I guess they probably wounded all of them. And it was, you know, it was attrition. I mean, they just, you know, would shoot at them every time they poked out around from their cover or shot through their cover. It didn't look like they had much in the way of cover. It looked like these guys could experimentally just shoot through the cabinet they were trying to stay behind.
Well, if they brought guns and you got guns
Yeah,
and extra magazines, you got the upper
yeah,
hand
yep.
in a case like that,
Oh
standoff.
yeah, and I think even though you can't see him, I think the guys probably got out their rifle too. So
Oh, yeah.
they really had him outgunned.
Yeah, you don't want to. If somebody's got a rifle, you're in trouble,
Yeah,
usually. Even though more and more I've been reading about the benefits of a shotgun.
yeah.
Also good in a defensive situation.
It's like that scene in Snatch where everything locks that crew in that I guess thought they were going to rob that one British little, what was it, a money exchange or something like that? It was a check cashing place. I can't remember.
I've never seen it, Ellis.
Oh, okay. Never seen Snatch. Okay.
It's sad the number of movies you talk about that I say I've never seen it, Ellis.
Well, I got these things all over here on my left. I could be showing those. Here's Capote. I finished watching that last night. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Fascinating
Wait,
how good he is in it.
Is that about the writing of the murder novel?
Yes, In Cold Blood.
In Cold Blood, yeah. I have seen that.
Oh, you have?
Yep.
Well, yeah, it was. I saw it a long time ago too, and it's really it's worth a rewatch, definitely. And because I was fascinated with the context of To Kill a Mockingbird of Harper Lee. You know that Truman Capote is actually a character in it, her little neighbor.
Oh, and, Truman Capote's in To Kill a Mockingbird?
As a character, yes, but as a character with a different name. I forget, what is his name?
Oh, okay.
Dill, I think, or something like that.
Okay, so Harper Lee wrote the character based off her
real neighbor,
Truman Capote,
who is the highly troubled. Yeah, you go ahead.
Truman Capote's not in it. As a character.
No. But so then later on, Harper Lee is who he takes to help him when he's doing his investigation up about the murder.
Oh,
so she's the woman in the hotel with him that also acts as the liaison fairly often between him and normal people.
yeah, I remember her. Oh, you got that? You bought that?
Well, I've had it for some time. You didn't know that, huh?
I did not know that.
Introduction by Steranko. Yeah, this is a great little sketchbook.
You know, I just bought that.
Oh, you did? I think you were actually showing it, weren't you? But look at that great gesture. This is what a guy needs to do if he wants to get down to eventually producing this. You know, get a little loose, and just realize, you know, drawing is measuring. That's all he's doing there. He's just, look at all that work he did before he got that darker line down.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's a good book. I've got so there's 2 sketchbooks like that. There's actually 3. There's a Wally Wood one, but I had the Romita one forever, and I wanted the Bashima one, and it was out of print, and it was kind of expensive.
How much are they? I'll sell mine.
Well, I happened to check on Amazon, and they're back in print, so you missed the window.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, they're about $60, I think, or $40 or something. More than I think I paid like $10 for mine or something, $15.
I don't know if you ever saw these. This artist fascinates me with what he had the nerve to do. Scott Morse. This is a guy that looks like, to me, you know, he's obviously in animation or something like that. And
he did, what was the book he did? I think he did something like a cyberpunk crime noir kind of thing, but it was set in the future. I forget what the name of that was.
I just really dig it because I can tell just how super direct, you know, he went from rough to just like a broad tip marker or whatever he uses is like slash, slash, slash. He knows where he's going, and he makes it a bold mark, and it just drives me crazy how good it is. And so I got, how many of these have I got? Have I got a run? Might have a run. 4, 5, 6. May have them all.
I wish I could remember the book that he did. That's kind of cool. Strange science fantasy.
Yeah. Then I found this, and I've never read it. Afterlife with Archie. I don't even remember where I picked it up. It's got some cool, groovy looking art in it.
He was talking about it on the podcast.
And I got the beautiful.
Isn't that Franco Francavilla or whatever? Or maybe he just did the cover.
Oh, it might be Francavilla. Yeah.
Or however you say his name.
I got a front
That
and back bagged book of Frazetta. Baby, you're really something. Classic Good Girl
oh,
art by Frank Frazetta.
I've got that. What was the Morris book?
Oh,
Strange
the Morris
Strange
book.
Science Fantasy.
Yeah, it was called Strange Science Fantasy. Yep, that's what it was. I just so anyway, these are all out here because I was looking for another book and I never found it. I was looking for my Mexican version of El Borba by
What?
Charles Burns, and did not find it. And I guess I left it in San Diego, but I was sure I had it here at one time because it's Spanish. And this caused me to dialogue with Grok. I said, if I give you a scan, and I identified the book and all that, and I said, can you, by panel, give me the English translation for it?
And Grok said, "Screw you."
It said, man, happy to do it. Not only did that, but it gave me examples, and I could tell, having read the book, that where he was at in the story. He was giving it. I probably ought to check before I start scanning anything. He might be able to just go ahead and translate it. I say, give me page 2, basically, and give me the translation without having to go the trouble of scanning.
Yeah. Or take pictures with your phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, of course, your phone will translate it too.
It will.
Mm-hmm. Google Translate will translate images.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that. Images, huh?
Yeah, you just take a picture.
I don't know why I like Grok so much, but it's
The machines are gonna get us.
oh man, it's coming. Yeah. I I saw and the times are a changing too, not in a good way. I saw where they've got a new version of Animal Farm coming out,
Oh yeah.
and they've decided to do a take where it's capitalism that ruins everything for the animals
Of course they
on
do.
the farm. God, I mean, it's like
How are they gonna make that work? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know how that, how you have Napoleon say, "Oh well, some of us are
More equal.
more equal." Yes.
Some of us are more richer. I don't. Who knows? People are idiots. I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes. Oh well, man, it's more and more clear every day. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what in the world?
What are these people thinking?
Oh, I turned off my YouTube feed, Ellis.
Oh. Oh,
That's okay.
yeah. I forgot to do that. Yeah.
It's handy to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
We had our annual awards banquet at work.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go? Did you have to speak?
No, I did. Oh gosh, no. They did it a little bit different, but we went to that new Native American museum. That's where it was at.
Oh, cool. What is that place like? Is that got to see it?
No, I would
Oh,
call it
really?
it's not. It's kind of a weak museum. I mean, the building's nice. They got a lot of stuff there, but in terms of like actual like displays and stuff, of course, we were eating, so we weren't in the museum. We were in kind of the common area at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very impressive. Food was really good. I got like what was it? Some kind of short rib thing. It was beef on a bed of kind of this mashed potatoes that was kind of grainy. I think it had cornmeal in it or something.
Mm.
It was good.
Well, mystery grain in my food. Okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
When you say grainy, I mean you're not saying it had corn in it, or no, it's just
No,
it
no,
had,
no.
it had a texture.
It just had texture
Okay.
that tasted like cornmeal, kind of.
Uh-huh.
It was good. But the best part was we didn't have to clock out.
Uh-huh.
So I did not take a lunch today, so I'm not going to work tomorrow.
All right.
Which I wouldn't go to anyway, but I got to take the dog in to get a haircut. So I was going to be late, and I've got to burn about 40 hours between now and the end of the year. So I thought, well, but I'll only end up burning about an hour. But
Here's another one of my books that turned up as I'm looking for that other one, El Borba. Fighting American. Some of the best Kirby. Here's an old Dell book talking about stuff that Crumb liked better than regular books. Good old Dell books. And this, Crumb really loved little Lulus. You know, he was pretty wild about them. What is this? Kablam. Oh, this is okay. Oh, this is Displacement Oasis. This is by I know him. We'll look him up. This is by Scott McClung.
Oh yeah.
You remember that when he was using the Poser basically to do his characters for him.
Yeah, I think he did some other stuff, but yeah, it was basically Poser.
He could take everything. Everybody that's ever done any work could take it now and have another pass. And this, I think you gave this to me. I'm gonna look through it a little closer than.
Let me see.
The Art of Ray Harryhausen.
Oh yeah, I did give that to you. I had 2 copies of it.
Forward by Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
I need to get a little deeper into some of this stuff that's laying around here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And these are just stuff I bound myself ages ago, and as I looked through it, I realized this is something I did as a freelance project, or is it? Yeah, it was. It was actually for Hasbro or Mattel. I don't remember who.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, I did something with dinosaurs in it, and then I even forget what that other weird project was. Wow. It's weird to look at stuff that's basically a log of your your uninspired path through life.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, there's at my work. There's a lot of changes, and part of that changes is they've kind of let some people go.
Mm.
And I always think, God, what would I do if they let? I mean, I've been there 37 years.
What would I do with myself after 30 years in the same place? Yeah.
37 years.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and I mean, I mean, I'm not at the point I could retire. I'm several years away from retirement age. But I mean, I think that happens to a lot of people. They get my age, and
yeah. Somebody can get an age and realize that hey, they're getting rid of me because I am this age.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think they would do that. And don't get me wrong, I have no fear necessarily that they're going to get rid of me, other than the fact that things always are changing.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you do kind of think, man, am I still relevant in this role? Am I, you know, I mean, of course I think, well, you know, my God, who would do all this stuff that I do? No one would want to do the things that I'm the only one that can do this stuff. But then you go, well, just because even if you are literally indispensable, that doesn't mean that management realizes that. Yeah. Management can, just they're going to treat you like. What was that Riley book you had?
I was going to show that to you. It's the Frank Riley School of Art by Doug Higgins, and he just talks about all the materials that you are handed with anybody that is teaching the Riley School.
That's not the painting one, though, is it? I think I've.
No. This is about how you should just be thinking when you approach the figure. You know.
Oh, really? God, that book looks good.
Well, I'll give it to you then, because
you have to give it to me.
Yeah. Look it up. Find out if it's worth $200, and I'll give it to you. Batman, Paul. I love this. This is Bruce Timm, of course, I guess.
That Batman book is worth something.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got it. I don't know.
Oh, I just heard the
Yeah.
spine crack as I opened it.
Oh
Oh
no.
my God, it's coming loose in my
Is it?
hands.
Is it for real?
Yeah, I've
I'm
heard it
I'm
crack.
I'm watching on YouTube, so I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh my gosh, there it was snapped again. So much for that rubber cement
Oh
binding.
God, yeah, that's the problem. I have these old books. I look at them, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh well.
Yeah, I've got that book because I was a big fan of that. But see, when that came out, there wasn't a lot of art books like that. Now they make art books for everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
This is Bisley Slain.
oh yeah,
Look at this. I got an old photo. Oh, look at young Ellis talking to who is leaning over there? Oh, who is that? I know him. He's a really good talking about your. I should have written on something on the back of it. That's Doug Naples' wife there.
oh, is it really?
Uh huh. And that's me
Is that you in the middle? Is that you in the
before.
middle?
No, that's
There, that's you on the right.
yeah. I can't think of the painter. Anyway, yeah, put that back where I got it. And the Bisley book. So that big pile of books are stuff I'm got piled over here to where I can look at it now. I'm gonna try to force myself into. I'm gonna send off for another one of these boxing timers, so I can just have it around and set it. Okay,
A boxing timer.
a boxing timer is for like okay, let's have 3 minute rounds with a 1 minute round break, and so it does intermittent. It gives
Oh,
you
okay.
the alarm goes off after three, and then it goes off after one. So you can
And then you reset it, so you can do that.
yeah.
Yeah, you could. I could see how that would be useful.
I've got one over here I can program to do different things, but I don't know. I want it to. I like the program it does. I go 13 minutes, 2 minute, 2 or 3 minute break, and then another 13 minutes, and that to me is a good work session for just about anything. It's like
But
spend 30 minutes doing something.
yeah, yeah. And by the way, I was impressed with your workout video.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got something. I should put a link to that in this channel's stuff.
I do think, Ellis, though, that you should, because you took video of all that stuff, you
Hmm.
should decompress a couple of the steps and figure out about, I mean, I don't know how long they are, but decompress them and then show them at actual speed and then present that as like, here's the full speed of part of my workout or whatever.
Hmm.
Has your video got any
Actual speed.
traction? Yeah.
Well, you know what? It started out, and within a day or so, it hit 600 views, and I thought, man, this thing's going to go crazy. But then, within a couple other days, it's only up to 620. And I think what happened is that YouTube has a special treatment when videos come out where they'll do a promotion you aren't even aware they're doing.
Yeah, I think that's true. I've had that
And
happen.
and all of a sudden you've got this, wow, this is awesome. I'm going to be rich.
Yeah, you think I'm gonna make all this money, and then it like the
Yeah.
faucet shuts off.
Then it just drops off.
Yeah, I've had a couple like that. Lately, like I did a video of the Cowboy Hall of Fame. Well, you saw that, and
Hmm.
I haven't. Have I done anything since then? I don't think I've done anything since then. But man, it's just hard to tell what's gonna hit on YouTube.
Well, I
You
saw
know.
some discussions just today that YouTube is over as far as making new big talents and people that can make money in it.
I've heard that they changed the algorithms so that they don't have any new people that are making a lot of money. The people
Yeah.
that are doing it and were good or were successful are still going to be successful, but they've kind of closed the door.
Hmm.
That's okay. I mean, I made $100 in, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Whatever.
Yeah. By the time I finally got all my steps taken, all the buttons pushed for monetization, I made $100 too.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's the minimum. That's the minimum for them to pay you.
any close examination of my stupid channel will just, will just pop like a bubble. They'll say, "Wait, you can't do any of this stuff you're doing." It's like,
Yeah.
but like you said, the only reason I monetize it is this. What do you got to lose? I believe was
Yeah.
your term you used, and
Yeah. And you
I
made a hundred.
tried
You
it,
made $100.
and I made $100.
Yeah. I mean, that's my thing. I like shooting videos. I like doing the instructional videos. I like doing review videos. I like doing like, hey, I'm walking downtown, and I figured out kind of how to edit it and put, or at
Hmm.
least put it together in my phone. And so, why not? I mean, I wish I knew how
Hmm.
to do that when we're in California, because my California videos did pretty good. And had I
Hmm.
had the ability to edit pieces together,
Hmm.
oh, I'd have been off to the races.
Yeah,
But whatever.
I really did get a little figure you just created. Yeah, yeah, that's nice, nice.
Thanks.
You've got a really nice feel for that. Those hands, they're really
Oh,
good.
thanks,
Yeah.
thanks. It's Comrade Chaos, the
Oh, cool.
Russian supervillain. I
That's what gets me about reading about Crumb. All these fully developed characters that just flowed out of him in that very short. Of course, what do you think about when you're reading about all of his acid that he ingested, and especially that one bad batch that
yeah,
had him to where
haunted
he
him.
couldn't talk for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. Let me tell you a story, because
Okay.
you and I have talked about drugs. There are people who've
Uh,
talked to me about drugs, and people have said, well, if you would do this or do that, then you'd be more this or more that. But
yeah.
recently, I had my neck hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It was sore, like the side of my neck, and it was giving me a killer headache. And I was just like, oh my gosh! And I was trying to get rid of it. And I had a very low dose muscle relaxer that my doctor had given me for back pain.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I would take it and go to bed. Well, one Sunday afternoon, I was like, my neck is killing me. I said, I'm going to take one of these muscle relaxers. I'm not going to bed, but I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I took one, and I was out of it for the rest of the. I mean, I didn't sleep, but I was just like, I don't feel like doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me think I would never want to do drugs, because I think that's how it would be. I think it would just.
Oh yeah, marijuana is awful for staying on track, on being motivated to
I think
produce
I, I
anything.
think I would just be like, I just want to lay on the couch and watch TV
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or play video game, which I don't even own a video game. But I would be like, I don't want to do anything. I think drugs would kill my productivity.
Yeah.
And so, whatever kind of like, hey, I'll get that off of reading weird
Well,
stuff and watching weird movies.
it sounds like Crumb was fortunately for him introduced to pot late in the game. The drugs he was doing was meth and
Yeah,
LSD. So he's getting something done when he's on meth. But
yeah. It's funny you say that. I watched a documentary, or it's not a documentary. It's a television series on Amazon Prime called Pistols, about the Sex Pistols.
ah,
I don't really know much about the Sex Pistols, but one
I've
of the
seen one documentary on the Sex Pistols. I
yeah,
forget what it was
well, this
called.
was this was a series.
Okay.
There have been a couple documentaries, but anyway, the uh, the it, the guy, I think his name is Stephen Jones, the guitar player, couldn't
Hmm.
play guitar at all. Kind of faked his way to playing guitar. Told him, "Oh yeah, I'm a great guitar player," and
Had the
went to.
look, so he got added, huh?
Well, he no, well, no, but what he did is he told him he could play guitar, and he went to his where he stayed, kind of where the band practiced, because he got kicked out of his parents' house, and he took Black Beauties, whatever the hell that is. I guess
It's
it's
a,
an
it's
amphetamine.
meth, basically. Yeah.
And he took a bunch of them, and in the course of a week taught himself to play the guitar passably well. you know. Now he did.
Play some power chords. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it showed him working on it later in in the series. It was something he was constantly practicing, so
Hmm.
he was learning, but it was just funny to me that he's like, oh, and then I read in the Wikipedia like, yeah, that's kind of how he credited. Like he's like, yeah, I learned to play guitar when I took some Black Beauties,
Hmm.
whatever that is again, and I took a bunch of Black Beauties and stayed up for a week. In fact, they showed up at the practice place. He says, "What are y'all doing here?" And they go, "It's Friday." And he goes, "No, it's not. It's." And they go, "No, it's." And they go, "When did you go to bed last?" And he said, "Sunday."
Yeah.
But he just sat there and took drugs and played the guitar, listened to records and played the guitar to him.
I'm not even sure you could see the Sex Pistol documentary I saw where their managers basically obviously consorting with children, basically female children.
Oh yeah,
he's got them in a hot tub of bath with soap, concealing their nudity. And it's like, what in the world? It's like you can't do that. But then I imagine now, of course, you probably can't even see the special.
maybe not. Apparently, there's been quite a few documentaries about the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, probably.
Which I mean, I'm not a Sex Pistols fan by any means, but I was flipping it. Amazon recommended it, and I watched the trailer. And it looked pretty good. So, which is funny because I have plenty of good things I should be watching, or better things. Things on my list to watch.
It's funny to think about all these primal scream protesting of modern life, and then the Pistols were as manufactured and artificial as anything could be. The
Oh yeah,
McLaren is who I'm thinking of. That
yep.
was
He
is
owned the fetish shop. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he said, "Yeah, let's do this, boys." You know,
yeah. Yeah, early on they kicked out one guy because he wore glasses, and they're like, "He's our buddy," and it's like, "Nope, wrong look."
Wrong look.
And then they wanted to kick out another guy because he looked too straight laced.
Yeah, you got to look. Yeah, you've got to have that nice degenerate edge to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what time is it?
It's
Oh,
about time. 52
it's
minutes.
it, it's time.
Okay, it is time. What time is it? It is 8:01. Yeah, it is time to bail out of here. Hey,
I have
everybody, if you
8:07,
find
but
this, I hope you enjoy it.
yeah, hopefully our volume's good.
Yeah.
We've fought sound issues
Yeah.
for a
Okay,
while.
I'll end it, Scott.
Okay, sounds good.